This whole song is all the things that you shouldn't have to worry about. You should just have to worry about being yourself and going out and just trying to find happiness and trying to find the people around you that make you the most fulfilled and the most happy. And that's the moral of the song, not to try and compare yourself to every other person out there. So I hope that you all get that and you all are amazing. Genuinely, I just had like a bad low where I got into the studio. I was with this guy named Greg Kirsten, who's like an absolute god. And he literally just like started playing these like really sad piano chords. And I was so in my head because I had literally been scrolling on TikTok and Instagram all day long. And I was like hating everything about myself. I was comparing myself to every single girl, and it literally just like left me the most bitter taste in my mouth. And I hate the feeling of jealousy. Like, I don't get it very often, but when I do, it's like the grossest feeling ever. And I just wanted to write this song to kind of get it off my chest. And funny enough, it actually started as a ballad. Eventually, like, we got the song back. No one really liked it. And then I was like, hey, can you try this, like, a little edgier, a little punkier? And he, like, came back and, like, completely redid the song and made it into, like, this, crazy big punk song. And it was really cool to, like, watch it transition from, like, being like a really sappy and sad ballad to like, being this really upbeat song. You want the girl with the small waist and the perfect smile, someone who's out every weekday in her dad's new car. You tell me I shouldn't stress out, say it's not that hard, but I just got a feeling this will leave an ugly scar. I think I've had so many relationships, like with friends, even with like family members or with guys, anything that you don't really think that it leaves a mark on you because you're like, I'm going to get over it, and then you heal and you're like, fine. But I think genuinely deep down it like all shapes your personality when you get older, everything that happened. And I think there's just been so many different instances where, like, for example, I've like lost my trust because of a friend, and now it's like I'm like wishy-washy going into relationships because it just like leaves a little mark on you that is kind of hard to like rub off. If you say she's nothing to worry about, then why'd you close your eyes when you said it out loud? Whenever you have a gut feeling about something, and about a girl or about a guy, about something, it's usually 100% right. I mean, if your intuition never really lies, and I feel like I've like gone into that situation so many times where I've been like, that girl, they're definitely talking. There's definitely something going on there. And of course, like you find out later that there was something going on. And I feel like the worst thing, you're like, don't stress. Why are you stressing? Obviously, I'm stressing because I know in my gut that this is going on. Stupid boy making me so sad. Didn't think you could change this fast. She's got everything that I don't have. How could I ever compete with that? I know you'll go and change your mind. You'll wake up and be bored with mine. She's got everything that I don't have, and she's all I wanna be so bad. I look online and I'm like, oh, I want to be like this girl. And that's honestly, it's just because social media is such a toxic place. Like, and everyone knows that, but everyone still goes on social media. So it's like, we all like talk about how it is toxic and how we do compare ourselves. But, at the end of the day, we all still do it. Your Instagrams and your TikToks are always just people's highlight reels. So you never see even my own Instagram, I look at it sometimes and I'm like, whoa, if people really knew what I went through this week, you never really show the real parts of it. And so, yeah, there's been many times where I've just been wanting to be anyone else but myself. You want someone you can show off whenever you go out. She'll wear a tight mini black dress with all her friends around. And then you'll probably spend the night at a nice big house, and by then I'll just be someone you've forgotten about. I genuinely wanted to make it seem as superficial as possible, talking about like a mini dress and all of her friends and going out and this like really, fancy lifestyle. All those expectations that we put in our own heads that really genuinely at the end of the day mean nothing. Um, and so it was painting out that feeling of like the stereotypical perfect girl. I wanted to get that point across. I like going out sometimes if it's with the right people. I think, I'll like if I go out, I'll go with some like girlfriends and have like a dinner. But I don't genuinely go out a lot in LA. I feel like everyone is like constantly partying, whatever, and I'm just like, I can't do it. I'm tired.